maybe. Slow down, you idiot!
Tried everything, you know. It's hopeless. For God's sake, can't you be quiet even for a moment? I never gave up. I just wanted to get out of here. Don't you play games with me. You can count yourself lucky I'm tied up. What a stroke of luck. You turned up just at the right moment, lad.
What are you doing here?
Well, nothing much. I was standing around when someone decided to tie a tree to me. It's awful. Jesus Christ be praised.
Forever and ever?
Would you be so kind?
Sure. Why not?
It's lucky you happened to pass by when you did, lad. I hate to think what beasts might be lurking in that forest. I'm, watching your back, friend. You can count on that. You're doing great, lad. Get them.
Show me.
Give it to them, the beasts. Untie me, please. Will you untie me, please? It's not easy to talk with my hands bound. Could you please untie me? Oh, thank you, lad. I'd like to embrace you now that I finally can.
That's all right.
What do they call you?
Henry of Scallis. And you are...
Magister Voiticus ex Aridus. A pleasure to meet you, Henry.
And what exactly were you doing tied to the tree, Void?
Why don't you just call me Voiter? It'll save us both a lot of time. Well, the thing with the tree is a bit complicated. How can I explain? First of all, you should probably know that I'm a painter. And apart from a few unpleasant moments recently, I spend most of my time over there, at the castle.
And you were looking for inspiration by the tree, or what?
Of course not. I ended up there partly because of my own curiosity, and partly, because of the rash nature of others.
All right. So what exactly happened to you? And try to make it clear.
They nearly shot me, then beat me up, and finally tied me to a tree. That's what happened.
And who actually did this to you?
Wolves in sheep's clothing, lad. There were two of them. At first glance, they looked like decent fellows, just wandering the land. But as you can see, I misjudged them badly.
You've had particularly bad luck with wolves today, eh? You know what? Tell me the whole story nicely from the beginning.
Actually, this whole day got off to a bad start. I went for a walk to Slatigo. The scenery there is lovely, and I needed to clear my head a bit. But imagine, an arrow almost hit me. These two fellows had set up an archery range among the trees, but they somehow failed to notice they were next to the road. By way of apology, they invited me over, gave me a bit of wine to calm my nerves, and one of them offered to play dice. But he seemed to win suspiciously often, if you get what I mean.
He was a cheat, eh?
Mm-hmm. I noticed he was secretly turning the dice, and naturally, I got angry. But instead of apologizing, he started shouting at me, and his mate whacked me over the head with a stick. And then I woke up here.
Well, you're pretty lucky you survived at all.
Luck had nothing to do with it. It's all thanks to you, my friend.
Ah, don't mention it. I was...
Really? Then maybe you could help me one more time. It certainly wouldn't be for free.
And what exactly am I supposed to help you with?
Leaving me here for the wolves apparently wasn't enough for those two. They robbed me as well. Just look around.
Can you even tell if something's missing in this mess?
Yes, my dice, and especially my set of brushes. I could live without the dice, but I can't paint with chicken feathers.
Well, why don't you fetch your things yourself?
Right, and then get whacked over the head again.
And if I get whacked, that doesn't bother you?
You can handle them, I'm sure of it. You dealt with wolves, so you can handle...
All right. I'll make damn sure those two give everything back.
Thank you so much. But if I may ask, try to persuade them...
Am I really supposed to ask them nicely? You don't expect that to work, do you?
There are already too many killers in this land.
By the way, what were you actually doing with that skull? It almost looked like you were talking to it.
Well, sometimes I just do that to sort out my thoughts. Better than talking to myself, don't you think?
There might be something to that. Just recently, I was talking to a ram.
I hope you were only talking. The skull is simply something like my personal muse. It notices things I can't see, then tells me about them so I can paint them.
Tells you? You don't mean that literally, do you?
Well, even things without a voice can speak to you, my friend.
So what is your name then? Voita, or that Voity something?
Well, that depends on who I'm talking to and where. But for you, I'm simply Voita. Nothing else is worth mentioning, or appropriate to say.
All right then. I'll go and look around for your thieves.
Thank you. I'll head back to the castle for now and think of a way to repay you for all of this. You'll find me in the loft, in the tower called the Crone. But first, I'll tidy up here a bit, and most importantly, finally have a sit-down. You know, I was standing tied to that tree for quite a while, and these legs of mine aren't the youngest anymore.
Quick! Quick! This horse must have crossed the street.
What will it be? As the local scribe, you know a lot of things, right?
I'd say so. In this province, not a squirrel farts without my knowing.
Right. So, if I needed to get something, you'd certainly be able to tell me where, right?
Depends on what you're looking for. Don't involve me with anything dishonorable.
No, don't worry. I'm just looking for some armor.
Armor? Well, unless you want to join von Burgau's retinue, I don't think I can help you. But try Radovan, the blacksmith in Tachov. He might at least sell you an iron helmet.
You don't know of anything better?
Aha! So, the good man is a connoisseur, eh? And how would Prince Brunswick's armor suit you?
Whose armor?
Oh, it's just a local legend.
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually 2 legends, or even 3. Well, it doesn't really matter. Why are you so interested anyway? Fine armor like that belongs in the hands of a knight.
Are you saying I don't look like a knight to you?
Well, actually, apologies, sir. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. You know, I spend all my time poring over books. So, that legend. In short, they say the armor of ancient Bohemian Prince Brunswick is hidden here, waiting for some valiant knight to find it. I don't believe it, of course. After all, I'm educated. But you'd be surprised how many fools have set off to find it.
Who exactly was this Brunswick?
You don't know, lad? Educate yourself. Brunswick was a famous Czech prince who won the lion for our country's coat of arms.
Really? How is it that I've never heard of him?
Perhaps because he never existed. Prince Vladislav II got the lion for our coat of arms for helping Emperor Frederick I, known as Redbeard.
But you just said that...
Brunswick is just a legend, but a quite lovely one, I'll give you that.
Could you recount for me the legend of Brunswick?
Well, why not? Brunswick was a valiant Bohemian prince. He lived in a time when our country had an eagle on its coat of arms, but that wasn't good enough for him. So he decided to head out into the world and gain the mark of a more powerful animal.
A man after my own heart.
You may think so, but his wife was none too happy. Her name was Ludmilla, and she begged Brunswick 100 times to stay home, but he just couldn't be persuaded. Still, he loved her very much, so he took her ring and told her that unless someone came and showed her that ring during the next 7 years, she should wait for his return. But if he failed to return after 7 years, that would mean he would never return.
Then what happened next?
Brunswick's party set out to sea, but didn't get far. They were drawn in by an island with a mysterious mountain of amber that holds all ships and prevents them from leaving. Over time, the men on the deserted island died of starvation, leaving only Brunswick, who noticed that once a year a great bird called No came to the island to hunt. And so the clever knight hid in his horse's hide at just the right time. And when the bird came, it mistook him for prey and carried him away. So Brunswick wandered on. After some time on the road, the prince came across something unprecedented. A duel between a lion and a 9-headed dragon. So, what do you think Brunswick did at that moment?
Well, considering what he later added to the coat of arms, I expect he helped the lion, eh?
Smart. Brunswick rushed to out the lion, and together they killed the dragon. And from that time on, they were stalwart companions. The lion even followed him all the way back to Bohemia. Except, by then, it was already too late. It had already been exactly 7 years to the day since Brunswick set off on his journey. His wife, Ludmilla, who had until that time valiantly resisted all suitors, was about to remarry. But at the wedding feast, Brunswick managed to drop the ring in her cup, so it all turned out well. For Brunswick, that is. Not so for Ludmilla's new groom, but the lion took care of that.
Where did Brunswick's armour come from?
It is said that George the Lion of Württemberg brought it here. He was the nephew of Lord Chenjek of Württemberg, who built Trusky. This George spent a lot of time with King Wenceslas. A suspiciously long amount of time, if you know what I mean.
I think I get the picture.
And it is said that one day, a lion escaped from the king's menagerie, and George overpowered it with his bare hands and laid it at the king's feet, still alive. As a reward, Wenceslas gave young Württemberg the name Lion and the armour of his ancestor, Prince Brunswick. Only Sir George didn't live to enjoy it for long. He caught the plague at a tournament abroad and died on his way back to his king, specifically while visiting his uncle here at Trusky. Of course, the king wanted his armour back, but Lord Chenjek didn't want to give it to him, claiming he had the hereditary right to it. It looked like Wenceslas would lay siege to Trusky, but fortunately Lord Chenjek was completely destitute by then, so he sold all of Trusky and the armour to the king.
Well, if the king was so endeared with Brunswick's armour, why did he leave it here?
Because he didn't have any choice, my friend. He never found the armour. Lord Chenjek was as cunning as a fox. While he did leave the armour here, he never told anyone where. It's said he hid it so it could only be found by a true knight, each piece in a different place. Or so they say round these parts. Who knows if there's any truth to the tale?
And do you know where I could find Brunswick's armour?
Yes, lad, if it even really exists. But I do have a little bit of advice for you. Sir Chenjek, who they say hid the armour, left behind a riddle. It's a test that must be passed by whoever wants to find it. Do you want to hear it?
And how did that riddle go?
Wait, how was it? I've got it. Take your leave of crone and maiden, standing tall behind the gates. Boldly go towards true midnight. In caverns cold your prize awaits. Pass through the all of forest kings, hidden deep from hunter's gaze. Standing tall, 2 guards of stone, behind whom yearned for treasure lays. Between them stands a mighty rock, a subtle niche, yet deeper still, a place to give one's art to God. Behold, my armour gleaming still.
The crone and the maiden towards midnight. We've got east, west, midday, midnight. Bloody hell! I think I know where it is.
Really? Well, seems you've got something between your ears then, lad. And you know what? I've got something else for you. Sir George, who previously owned the armour, wanted to have a nice poleaxe made in Prague too, but he died of the plague before he could do it. I'm not too certain about Brunswick and his armour, but this is certainly true, because I have a copy of George's order here. Here, take it, as a keepsake. And now go.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Henry, good to see you.
Come here.
Quick!
Go!
Any better? I told you, I'm fine. Do you think I can't tell them? We'll be all right, really. At least that lunatic is gone. And
Hey there, stranger. Come and join us, if you mean no harm. There's...
Who are you then?
Clovis. They call me Four-Leaf Clovis on account of my luck.
Who is this mate of yours?
That's Ura, but folk call him Hawkeye.
Ah, right. Because he's good with a bow, eh?
Exactly. Try a hand against him if you want, but you'll likely walk away a few groschen lighter.
How do you and Ura know each other?
I play dice, he shoots arrows, so we stick together. Every village has someone who tries their luck against us, but most of them leave a few groschen poorer. So, unless you're planning on losing some coin too, don't hang around here too long.
Do you remember the painter, Voiter? I'm here for his things.
What? I don't know no voiter, let alone no painter.
Really? I found him tied to a tree under a Trotsky. He said you took his brushes. And some dice?
That's a nice story, but I'm telling you, I ain't got no idea what you're talking about.
You really don't recall a painter tied to a tree talking to a human skull?
I don't know nothing about that. Now leave me alone.
Damn aching legs.
Another thing about...
You won't give it a rest, will you? I already told you.
You really...
I don't know.
Another...
You won't...
If I were you, I'd remember... Right now, Voiter is willing to let it slide. But if I come back empty-handed, he might want to handle it the hard way.
All right, all right. Clearly that blow to the head wasn't enough of a warning for him. But if I was you, I'd give that loudmouth a few more knocks. It won't hurt him now.
What really happened between you and him?
Well, Yura mistook him for a deer. Shame he missed.
And then?
He was a bit shaken, so we invited him over here. Only that crackpot started spouting all kinds of weird nonsense. And then there's that skull of his. Tell me, who in their right mind carries a human skull around? Well, you know how it ended. He got a beating and ended up by the tree, where you found him.
Wait, what weird things was he saying? Voiter described the whole thing to me completely differently.
Well, he was lying to you. Now you see what kind of a fucker he is.
Or maybe you're the one lying to me.
Then I wouldn't have admitted we hit him over the head with a stick, would I? I'm telling you, there's something off about that fella. He was telling Yura that someone's going to murder him or something. Get this, he claimed his skull told him so. If I was you, I'd watch out for him.
Didn't occur to you he could have died tied to that tree? You'd have a murder on your hands.
Oh, don't exaggerate. We dragged him all that way on purpose so he'd be clearly visible from the castle. He was perfectly fine when you found him, wasn't he?
I suppose. But apart from me, he was also found by a couple of wolves. If I hadn't been there, he'd be painting all the saints in heaven now.
See? That rascal's got some luck. Must be the devil helping him, mark my words.
Where are the painter's things?
We divvied them up. I was in need of some new dice. Yura wanted the skull, but I talked him into taking the brushes instead. And a good thing too. I never want to see that grinning monstrosity again.
Can I take those dice?
Hang on! Just like that? Do you even know what I had to do to get them?
Whack someone over the head with a stick?
Exactly. So, what will you give me for them?
Hand them over, or I'll count your teeth.
Oh yeah? I'm so...
I'd like to...
I...
How much do you want for them?
I'm not selling. Dice are for playing.
How about we play for them? Dice acquired by unfair means only bring bad luck anyway. But you probably know that best of all.
All right, fine. At least I know you won't cheat. We each play with our own dice, and the winner takes the unlucky ones.
That's too much.
Suit yourself. I'd have cleaned you out anyway, and you'd be left with nothing.
Still want to play for those?
Changed your mind?
I'll check how much... Here am I.
Come on then, show us what you can do, unless you're playing for the first time. Courage. These ones here.
You pooch.
Here. Like this. Damn it! They're yours, lad. If I was you, I'd take it. Like this. That'll do me. Roll. That's as far as I go. It's yours. Greetings. These ones here. Like this. Oh no! Not good. Here. These ones here. Like this. Here. This horse must have cost a pretty groschen. Ha! What did I tell you? The dice are mine, and so are your grosh.
I'm here for those brush... Don't bother denying it. Clovis is...
Oh, and he was the one telling me to keep my mouth shut. Said,
Why did you beat up Voiter like that?
well, it was mostly Clovis, although I nearly hit him with an arrow.
I heard that part already.
Well, we brought him here, but then he started saying all this strange shit. He wouldn't let go of it. And I honestly couldn't tell if he was talking to us or to it. So I asked him what he was up to. And he says this skull sees things he can't see and tells him stuff.
What exactly did the skull reveal?
Like, it said I looked like some captain from Colleen who sired a lot of bastards. So I might be his son. And it's true I'm from Colleen, and I never knew my pa. Only the captain's brother, he said, is hunting down those bastards and killing them so they can't claim any inheritance rights.
And you believed him?
It was really convincing, I'm telling you. When that fella talked about all them murders, I felt like the Grim Reaper was breathing down my neck. He would have told me more. But then Clovis hit him with that stick, because he saw how shaken I was. And you know the rest.
Well, that's quite the tale, but you could have kept it to yourself. Voita told me what really happened. You played dice with him, and when he caught you cheating, you beat him up and robbed him.
Horse shit, I'm telling you, it's all that bloke's fault. Not a bloke, more like some kind of warlock.
Did it not occur to you that something could happen to that man if you left?
I told Clovis that, but he said someone would definitely find him and set him free. That's how it was, innit? You found it.
He's fine, but it was a close call. He knew...
Phew. He was weird.
Clovis said you have the painter's brush.
Look, I'd love to, but this whole thing stinks. How do I even know you really know the painter? Maybe you're just here to rob us of what we
Honestly stole?
Doesn't matter anymore. The brush...
Let fate decide if they should stay with you. Are you really as good an archer as...
I don't give a damn about fate.
I've come back...
Won't you listen?
Look, you've already run into Voita once, and you're still clearly shitting yourself.
If he cries into his pillow over them brushes at night, I'm sorry. But I'm just...
What use were paintbrushes even? You just like to show off with that bow, don't you? And then...
Fine. Let's set...
I'm not... I challenge...
I accept...
I'll check if I... All right.
Attention! And go!
And we're home free! And we're home free! Oh shit, I'm not hitting a thing. Oh shit, I hope I didn't hit anybody. Oh shit, I'm not hitting a thing. Well, I'll be. But I admit it was a fine win. Here you go.
Courage.
Good doggy. Good boy. Don't fuck with us, you wretch! Ha! Ha! Ah! 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 Ha! Da! Ha! Ha! Da! Bad luck! Guards! Ah!
Good doggy. Good boy.
There's nothing to eat here.
Gah! Gah!
Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
No thanks.
Here, mutt! God! Easy. Easy.
What are you doing?
I'm always...
Greetings. What do you want? Take care for now. See you soon, my friend.
How long...
And what?
Nothing.
Well, you won't, fella me lad. And if you are going to be loitering around me here, so best be on. Farewell, my friend.
All right. I need...
You cold piece of shit.
Word about the prop.
Sure.
How's this?
That's more like it. Aye, that'll do. Great. Come back any time, friend.
It's sharp enough as it is. I'll have a look.
Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
Lord be...
I'll have a look. Worried about the...
Aye, your pleasure doing business. Take care.
I apologize.
My word. This is a nice workshop. I've never seen one quite like it.
It's very modest. But if you're interested in the craft, feel free to look around. Just be careful not to get paint on yourself, or tread on a cat.
You have cats here?
I'd say it's more like the cats here have me. They've been living in the loft since long before I got here. But I've got 3 of my own at home in Kuttenberg: Adela, Agnes, and Daniela.
I've got the stuff they stole from you.
You must have been sent by God himself.
It's nothing. But tell me this. What kind of trick were you playing on me? I asked those 2 what happened, and they said it was you who started the argument.
Me?
They said you suddenly started acting really strange. What actually happened?
Nothing. If I did anything odd, it was only after they hit me on the head.
Are you sure? Those 2 seem pretty shaken up.
And I nearly got eaten by wolves and have a lump on my head. Can we agree it's my word against theirs?
You didn't provoke them? I talked to both of them for quite a while, and they both said the same thing. If they were lying, I'd know.
Fine. I didn't tell you the whole truth. Even before I almost became a practice target, I wasn't in the best frame of mind. Maybe I started telling them something their empty heads couldn't understand, and they took it out on me. But can we finally stop going into this over and over? Tell me, how did things end with those 2? Did you settle things peacefully?
Yes. Both of them are alive and well.
I'm glad to hear that. Thanks again for your help. And don't think I'm going to express my gratitude only in words. I promised you a reward, and you'll get it. Here, take these dice of mine. They've brought me nothing but trouble. And to be honest, I wanted them back just so I could give them to you. And not just them. You know what? I'll paint something on your shield. Judging by the look of you, that could be a very useful reward.
What do you mean?
You may have the face of a village lad, but you're a warrior. Even my painted skull can see that. And it's got no eyes.
It feels like you know me a little too well.
It's just your imagination. I only know what others have told me about you.
Like who?
Does it matter? Instead, tell me what you think of my idea for the shield. It's a good reward, right?
That's a really nice reward. Thank you.
If you want, we can get started right away. What do you say?
My lord, I need my shoes repaired. Certainly.
Why are you painting here in Trusky, of all places?
Because I can. An artist goes where the work is. They don't get to choose. One day you're decorating a cathedral, the next you're illustrating letters.
I thought monks in monasteries did that kind of work.
And you'd be right. Well, mostly. A monk will illustrate a book for you, but nobles and clerks are more interested in letters and contracts. Every year they have stacks of them written, and they all have to be nicely decorated.
How much do they pay you here?
Not enough, friend. Definitely not enough to make up for all the trouble this job gives me.
Trouble? Don't you just wield a brush?
It might look that way, but before you can even think of touching the panel with a brush, you've got to know exactly where the stroke will go. In short, you need a subject, and it's out there somewhere.
I don't know. Your little walks don't usually end well. Can't you just paint here? Nice and quiet.
Of course, I could sit on my arse and paint only what the lords tell me to, but I work differently than other painters. I've got much higher ambitions.
I'm curious what you'll paint on that shield. What can I choose from?
Whatever you like that my paints and skills suffice for. First, tell me if you want an open ground, or if you'd like the shield halved, or quartered, or maybe have chevrons. Then we'll decide together on the colors of the individual parts. And to finish it, I can even paint some figure there, like Lord von Berghoff has his winged fish. Watch out, though. It won't make a noble like him out of you. And if it turns out you don't like it, we can always start again.
Can you paint a shield for me?
By all means. What shield is it to be? I'll set up my paints. Meanwhile, set your shield over there on the table. A knightly one. Good choice.
Bloody hell.
My lord?
Take care of my dog.
Certainly.
It turned out well, didn't it?
Do you still need help with something?
Do you feel like you haven't done enough yet?
I simply like being useful. That's all.
Really? There aren't many people like that. Tell me, Henry.
I would say so.
So do I. And I think that the fact you found me and saved me was no coincidence. We were meant to meet.
Why do you think so?
Call it vanity if you want, but I've spent my whole life yearning to create something truly great and meaningful. Something that would remain after I'm gone, so that even 100 years from now, people would know that someone named Voiter lived here.
I don't know. I don't know many painters by name.
No? What about Master Theodoric of Prague? Or Giotto of Florence? And surely you've heard of the works of the Parlour Workshop.
Well, all of those are more like exceptions, aren't they?
And that's exactly what I want to change. Believe me, one truly exceptional painting would be enough to make me one of the greats. And here in the Trotsky region, they say there's a place that could serve as my inspiration. Unfortunately, no one really remembers where it is, but you have already proven yourself to be quite skilled at finding lost things. Maybe that's why fate brought us together, to help me with my life's work.
It really doesn't just sound like a coincidence. What kind of place are you looking for?
Well, I hope you won't think I'm a heretic, but I'm curious what people believed in before they'd heard the word of the Lord. What did they think would happen after death? And where did they worship their idols? And they say that such a place can still be found in this region, a shrine where the pagan god Velez was worshipped in ancient times. Have you heard of him?
Unfortunately not. Our parish priest in the village only ever talked about one god. The true one.
Velez is said to be the ruler of the underworld and protector of cattle. He looks like an ordinary man, but he's got horns on his head, so people sometimes mistake him for the devil. So, what do you say? Will you help me find his shrine?
Why are you interested in things like this? You're not... you know...
A pagan? A madman? Or perhaps the devil himself? Who knows?
very droll. I don't know. It all sounds like blasphemy to me.
Nonsense. This is common in art. Take a closer look sometime at paintings of saints. There's always a few hidden symbols or references to old gods in them. And did you know that some churches even stand on the sites where pagan shrines used to be? That can't just be a coincidence.
How do you even know that such a place exists here?
It told me. That is, I heard about it from the locals. Around Trotsky, there are still plenty of pagan sites. Maybe you've noticed them too, have you? Not that I'd think anyone still prays at them, but they're here.
All right, I'll help you. What do you need me to do?
Go to Vidlak Pond, north of Takov, and talk to the old woman who lives there. You'll find the place easily. They tan hides there, so you'll smell it from miles away. The woman's name is Kvietoslava. She should know something about the shrine.
Are Are you sure the old woman knows anything?
Absolutely. I've walked around Vidlak myself. There's a place on the hill above the pond that's called the Witch's Grove. I thought I'd find the shrine there, but unfortunately not. No horned head. So I asked the fishermen and tanners down below and found this Kvitislava. But getting anything out of her is no easy task.
Didn't she want to talk to you?
Well, she wanted to, sure. But her memory isn't what it used to be. First, she mistook me for her husband. Then her grandmother. Then she tried to feed me garlic soup. And finally, sent me off into some swamp.
Where did you say I could find this?
West of Takov, by Vidlak Pond, among the tanners. You'll know it by the step.